This video is brought to you by Morehead, Rowan County Tourism. Nestled in the Daniel Boone National Forest and designated an official Kentucky trail town, there are over 100 miles of multi-use trails for any age and ability. Explore eastern Kentucky's landscape, heritage, and culture, and find your fun at Cave Run Lake. Art galleries, museums, a symphony orchestra, locally roasted coffee, and boutique shops await you. There's more to Morehead. Hey guys, it's Nathan from the Kentucky Cycling YouTube channel. We are in Morehead, Kentucky this morning, where we're going to ride the northern 25 miles of the Sheltowee Trace, which is a 260-mile long adventure trail which actually extends from just north of Morehead. The northern terminus is, I believe, still in Rowan County, and actually goes all the way down into the Big South Fork National River and Recreation Area down in Tennessee. The Sheltowee Trace is a hiking trail which has sections that are open to both cyclists and horseback riders. And the section we're going to ride, this northern 25 miles, is actually open to cyclists. That being said, it is definitely designed as a hiking trail, and I expect the adventure level to be high. This will be backwoods riding on a trail that is not a purpose-built mountain bike trail. Now, if you're looking for a purpose-built mountain bike trail, there actually are a couple of really nice sections on the Sheltowee Trace, one of which is just southwest of Morehead, out by Cave Run Lake, and I'll include a link to a ride video we did there. Another is actually down around Laurel Lake, and many will be familiar with. We're starting our route up at the northern terminus and then riding into downtown Morehead, and in recent years the Sheltowee Trace has actually been routed right down Main Street in Morehead. We're going to be riding this one way, and the way we're going to accomplish that is to actually take a shuttle up to the northern terminus. Now, our shuttle is actually going to be provided by my riding partner today's spouse. So Christine Carmen, who is Vince Carmen's wife, is actually going to drive us up and deposit us. Another way you could approach that, of course, is if you came down here with a friend, you could actually drop a car here, head up to the northern terminus, and then ride back to the visitor center, get your car, and then head back up to get your other vehicle back up at the northern terminus. Another potential shuttle option is to reach out to the Sheltowee Trace Association, which has a very active volunteer base, and they are very accustomed to providing shuttle services, especially to backpackers on the Sheltowee Trace, but have also ventured into providing the service potentially for cyclists as well. We actually had that lined up, and I want to extend a special thank you to them before Christine stepped up and offered to take us instead. If you do make use of that service, I do suggest making a donation to the Sheltowee Trace Association, and you may just want to make a donation to them anyway. Great group. Some of you are going to be familiar with the fact that we now have a bikepacking.com route on the Sheltowee Trace, which was developed by Austin Render, and I did an interview with Austin, and during that interview I was interested to hear from him which sections he felt like were more bikeable than others, and one that he actually recommended was this northern section. I'm both nervous and excited. I'll say that my experience on the Sheltowee consists largely of those mountain biker developed sections, which are awesome, and one backcountry section up around Estuary Campground where I got in over my head and actually took a fall on the bike and hurt myself pretty bad. So hoping, as Ryan Van Duzer would say, who's I'm a big YouTube fan of, no whammies today. Hopefully no flatties or crashies as well. Really looking forward to this ride. Also, just before we get started, I want to give a special shout out to Morehead, Rowan County Tourism for being a sponsor of the channel this year and helping to make this adventure possible. Looking forward to it.
They
great.
said you guys would give us a ride.
Yeah, hop on. We can pull you. Well, thank you. You too. You have a great hike. Good run. Up on the ridge here, starting to descend. All right, we are about 9.5 miles in, and we are at the end of what on some Forest Service maps described as Section 1. But what's really cool about this particular spot is that this is where the Clark Park is, and this is a private park, but they make open to hikers. And there's actually a group of backpackers who are making their way through, I believe, with the Sheltowee Trace Association, and they're going to stay here tonight. And what's even more cool is right across this little creek, you can see where this backpacker with his dog is. There's a spigot right there. So there's a water source. So a really nice place to get water, especially as we've been up on the ridge. So there's really not water in this section of the trail until you get back down to creek level where we are now. So great place to refill your bottles, but we're gonna stop here and have lunch. Well, we are again at the Clark Park, and we're having lunch, and there's a bit of fame right here on the trail.
Vince is here. That's
well, Vince is famous in some circles, some very small circles, and you're famous in slightly larger circles. So there you go.
There you go.
So this is Steve Barber, who is the executive director of the Sheltowee Trace Association, right?
Yep.
And what are you doing out here today, Steve?
We got 22 hikers doing their monthly hike on the Hiker Challenge, and this is their overnight stop. So I'm just here waiting for them to all check in, and some cold drinks and some chips, and they're going to camp out here tonight, so I'll camp out with them and push them on their way tomorrow to Morehead.
Well, that sounds like a full service deal. So how's all that work?
It's a fee to participate, so each one pays a fee, and then the fee provides the support to the hike.
And talk to me about kind of the general shuttle service that you guys offer, and particularly as it pertains to potential cyclists who may want to do this.
Cycling is a little bit of a challenge for shuttling, as you know. We don't have that many people who have the gear, have a bike rack, or the gear up to put a bicycle on their vehicle. We have a few still working to try and get some more. We do have some folks that have some pickup trucks that you can stick your bike in, but it's one of those challenges that we have to give better access to the mountain biking community to participate in a bikepacking adventure on the Sheltowee.
We appreciate your effort. It's doable, and encourage if people make use of that service. I guess the etiquette is to make a donation to the Sheltowee Trace Association.
Most of our volunteers just ask for a donation, and that donation goes back to the association.
Very good. Thank you very much, Steve.
You're welcome.
So it's not every day that you encounter cows in your trail experience. Thanks for clearing the trail. Share the trail, cow. Here's a baby cow. Now we know what the gates are for. Woohoo! Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is quite the wobble trying to balance the bike and not. Maybe that works better. Woo! God. Who knew one of the most challenging things would be getting the bike across? This is quite the swinging bridge. Perfect balance. first down tree we've seen. It's like rock gardening city. Oh my, watch out. Ooh. I'd say look for some blazes. You see it? All right. Oh, Eagle Lake Dam. Loose, chunky. Down tree. Another tree, second tree. Yeah.
As always, we hope you found this content useful. If you did, please like the video and consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks.